Previously on Trails for Daybreak, the party met the acerbic tomato scientist, who was working with Esmeralda on a new painkiller. In order to get one of the ingredients, we had to defeat a bugbear. A real one, not the really weak Jaegers. In order to get information from Cronkite, the party had to show the Genesis to him, and they learned Callaghan may be creating a nuclear weapon. The party then went to Odge Canyon to find Callaghan's hideout, but had to fight a giant avian that was stimulated by his spirit veins. Okay, let's see what's in this lab of yours. Huh? Is someone underwater spying on us? There's rust everywhere, not a soul to be seen. That PC over there is plugged in. There's a cable connecting it to the orbital network even. I wonder if that belonged to Professor Callaghan. Does this seem like you'll be able to get anything off of it? I'm afraid not. He's got it locked down hard. Allow me, my scanning software should have us inside within 10 minutes or so. Incredible. You're so fast and yet so precise at the same time. Thank you. Almost too fast. It's almost like she's... Huh? This looks to be Professor Callaghan's notes about the past 2 weeks. I finally found the investor I've been seeking. We exchanged messages a few times over the orbital network before a representative from the Anchorville company came to visit me directly. I already suspected that they were affiliated with the infamous A, and sure enough, he freely admitted as much. He offered to give me almost unlimited funding in exchange for performing an experiment under certain special conditions. If I were to agree to all of those conditions, it would change everything. It would dramatically increase the speed at which I can do my research, fundamentally alter what is possible. After much thought and soul-searching, I agreed to a portion of their conditions in order to finally take back my place ahead of Cronkite. These are the bare minimum of conditions required for me to prevail. By using parallel distributed computing to harness the resources of the entire city, the preparations for my task are almost complete. However, there is still a vast wall that needs to be overcome. Climbing this wall is nigh impossible, at least not without accepting their final condition as well. I suspect I will have to wrestle with what to do on that front until the very end, but come what may, I must succeed. I must. For my goal is the realization of the seemingly impossible, the creation of nuclear weapons. Catre. Looks like we struck gold here after all. That professor with the glasses was right. This doesn't change anything, right? You still don't think it's possible he could actually pull it off what he's claiming he can? Absolutely not. Not with modern technology. He would need to have stumbled upon something truly epoch-making to change that. A huge paradigm shift, another singularity to use as an example. Even if that did happen, a lengthy process of testing, theorizing, and such would still be needed. That's likely why Professor Epstein and his disciples never realized the technology either. No, I think it's more likely they deliberately chose not to even try. Still, those notes made it sound like he was close. Like he was only a step or two away, yes. He mentioned the parallel distributed computing too, although I couldn't hazard a guess as to what that final condition he mentions could be. Perhaps it refers to some kind of AI so advanced it could eliminate the need for decades of work. But how would they even create or obtain such a thing? The Genesis kind of has seems to be sentient, so maybe that could work. Well, I think we found all we're going to find here. We should get back to the city. I agree. Perhaps the CID Gilder Wren might be able to help.
What was that?
It's the water.
It sounded like the water splashing outside. It must have come from the swamp out front.
Maybe we should look into it, just in case.
Over there!
Agnes! Catra! Don't look!
No! This can't...
He drowned?
Professor Callaghan!
Is he gonna be a zombie or something?
The cause of death was drowning. I suspect he was knocked unconscious before being thrown into the swamp. Send the body for an autopsy right away.
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on a minute!
I'll leave this to you.
Of course you will. This is out of your jurisdiction.
Why is a murder happening all the way out here? Just what are you people covering up?
We are currently conducting an investigation. This area is off limits.
We don't need your permission when a civilian is dead. Our code is all the permission we need.
Don't you realize this murder could go unsolved if you charge in and start disturbing the crime scene?
The pieces are just about coming together. Yeah, his abduction from the lab yesterday pointed in that direction too. But it's now crystal clear he made a deal with the mafia, and this is the end result. It's far bad all over again. The motive then was to stop the victim from talking and to make an example of him. Is it the same here, I wonder? How can all of you be so calm? Also, we didn't really see any signs of Callaghan plotting to betray them, right? Someone was just murdered. Oh, trust me, I'm burning with anger on the inside. Those bastards have screwed us over again and again. This is the perfect chance to make them pay for it. So you do understand what I'm feeling. They do, yes. They've both been through a lot. I'm sorry about what happened to the professor. But we've been finding more and more clues, which means we're probably getting to the heart of the matter. Which also means that this ain't over. Not yet. We've got to keep our cool if we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We can't pay him back with a hot head. Pretty sure the key to solving all of this is gonna be the final condition he mentioned in his notes. Remember the chaos in Crossbell a year and a half ago, right? This is an oversimplification, but it all came about as the result of a technological singularity. Said singularity gave birth to superintelligence far beyond humanity's current capabilities. Then after everything came to an end, it was lost again. That's quite a lot to take in. How do you even learn this shit? And you think we're dealing with the tech like that here? No, it was well established by multiple sources that it is impossible to replicate the technology that was lost. Of course, this doesn't preclude the possibility of humanity creating it themselves at some point in the future, but we didn't think it would happen this soon. That could be decades or centuries in the future, and even a year and a half ago, nuclear weapons hadn't been created. But that laser was pretty strong too. So it's a similar deal as to what happened then, but still fundamentally different at its core. It's hard keeping up with all this. Yeah, why didn't Ishmaelga redevelop nukes? I think that would be perfect for the likes of Ishmaelga. You don't think the Genesis could be what makes it different, do you? Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I'd say you're on the right track there. A puzzle piece that didn't exist in Crossbell then, but it is part of what's happening now. The prototype orbments that are even more of an enigma than artifacts and capable of bringing about miracles. If we assume they are involved here, then it makes you wonder just what a final connection with them in the mix would look like. If only we could control the Genesis for ourselves and just sweep everything. We probably have a lot more Genesis than the bad guys at this point. Ah. So it does. That does seem like a valid approach. Heh, not bad, small fry. Heh, thanks. I still don't know what's going on, though. We've already established that the issues with the orbital network in Basel were caused by parallel distributed computing. Then we have Professor Callaghan developing nuclear weapons, which was thought to be impossible before being murdered. Plus the fact that this is so similar and yet so different to what happened in Crossbell.
Should you ever find yourself stuck when trying to solve a problem, take a step back and look at the bigger picture. That applies to more than just research too, you know. It will be the key to finding your answer.
No, that final condition couldn't be. I wonder who's calling.
Agnes? Thank goodness, I finally got through.
Ren, what's wrong? Don't tell me you already learned what we found.
Never mind that. That's just a diversion. Hurry back to the city right away. There's a tea party getting started over here.
She's still using tea parties as an euphemism for terrorist attacks, huh? Even though she's no longer a terrorist. Eek!
Ren?
Oh my, looks like you got me. So, did you get everyone to safety?
We did, but what's going on?
There are archaisms running amok in the city. They must have been purchased from the black market.
They've only just arrived, fortunately, so we should be able to hold the fort until you get back. But you have to hurry.
Ren! We got cut off, huh? The signal must be experiencing interference, or perhaps it's due to the generators malfunctioning. Why were they glowing like that? What's happening? We've just heard the news too. What the hell's going on? Is that Almata's ship? Look! It's Almata's high-speed airship. Tish, hop in now. We're heading back too. I want you to take care of preserving the crime scene and letting everyone else know what's happened. Yes, ma'am. I can't get in touch with the guild either. Ugh, then let's just get back to the city. What the shit? These guys serious? The city is... Why are they going after innocent people? Help! Somebody help! There are still people trapped in the city. Tish, going to hell in a handbasket real fast. Look alive, gang. Let's get these guys evacuated. Oh, they saw me. What?
Enemy sighted. Be careful.
You've got a charge attack available. Look out!
Oh, man. Bro. They did not give me a fucking chance to respond. Ugh.
Make it count!
Activating drive.
Deal force. This is so... urban warfare is gonna be super awkward. Just obstacles all over the place.
Up to you, Reset!
A chance!
Okay. One down.
Make it count!
Bro, how do I hit all three?
On yes!
Okay. Why he starts in action mode though? That's kind of weird. Are you all right? Take cover indoors. We'll be invoicing Verne for this. Don't you worry. Huh? Okay. Well, thanks. We'll hold up here. What the hell, man? Howdy. Just wrapped things up here. That's not the... You're really out here charging people during a terrorist attack. It was bad enough when you did it in Crail. Not the time for this, Elvis. We need all the free hands we can get. It'd be best if we split up. There's too many of them.
Yes, you guys!
Odette, Albert, Ren.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad you're okay.
Looks like a ton got in. How are things on your end?
We evacuated all of the students. The other groups should also be somewhere safe.
I wish I had better news about the comm situation. I did what I could to give instructions to the police and the other bracers.
What? Since when? Wait, I remember Jen talking about you. He said something about the Bright family's youngest. It's very reassuring to have you here. I'm curious as to how you saw this coming, but we've got more pressing things to worry about. Call the council president's intuition. And besides, they can't just hold a tea party like this and not invite me. I've no room to complain. I'll leave this to you. Makes sense to me. We'll back you up. Heh, just follow my lead. What the? Ren. She's just on another level. Always felt like there was something funky with her. Mask off now, I guess. We just gotta roll with it. Let's move. Reset, connect some dots for me. What do you think they're getting at here? To my knowledge, their goal centers around Professor Callaghan's incomplete energy research. If Almata has reclaimed his work and seeks to complete it, then their target must be related to that research. I suspect they want to claim the nucleus of the city's energy and processing systems. No. You know where that is, Catre? The observatory. That was Professor Callaghan's original research annex. That's where the orbital net's mainframe is located too. Really? Odette, do you see that gold airship? Where was it headed? The Institute of Science, I think. It's not flying over that way. Bingo. The city's in your hands. Use your lackeys to make as much noise as you can to draw their attention. Heh, but of course. We're not lackeys, damn it. We'll make sure Almata doesn't get their way. Damn straight, this time we're gonna beat them within a reach of their lives.
Hold on! You're not going too, are you, Agnes? Think about the situation. You'll be much safer with us.
Albert. Don't worry. I'll be fine. I promise. I'll be back soon.
Damn it.
Look at her. She's got one rough path ahead of her, but there she goes, charging straight forward with a sprint in her step. So let's follow her lead and focus on doing what we can here.
Well said. Communications are still unstable, so I could use all the help I can getting in touch with everyone. Miss CID agent, my friends with the guild, Odette and Albert, it's time we got started.
Let's do this!
The aerotrams are all stopped. We'll have to take the road instead. Then let's get to it. We'll have to keep a close eye out as we go. There might still be people who need our help. Oh man, there's still archaisms wandering everywhere, and I need to get all the blue events before taking on the big red one up there, huh? Yeah, I definitely want to take a look at Gift Card's workshop as well, so I can rearrange my setup to be a little nicer.
Miss Claudel!
That went better than I anticipated.
Supervisor,
You were
everyone,
an incredible help.
please be okay.
Where did all these things come from? Someone help! We're so close to the church, too! What are monsters doing here of all places? How many of them are there? Those people need help over there! It's Heidi and Barnaby. Cutthroat, is that you? Well, distract them. Please, get yourselves to safety while we cover you. Get her out of here, bud. Alright, come on, quick!
Beginning suppression!
Why the fuck do you get the first turn?
A chance! There!
Agnes!
Petra!
Initiating drive.
Cobalt curtain, activate!
My move now. There.
There!
Petra! There!
Agnes!
And done. Good, looks like they made it to the church. That's a relief, but that means there are still people outside caught in the crossfire. They're going after the kids and elderly too. Chicken shit rust buckets. Doubt those two are the only ones we'll find. Again, keep an eye out for anyone else who needs help. 1 SP.
I'm sorry, I know we're in a hurry, but can we stop by that house?
That is Professor Hamilton's residence, correct?
Sure thing. We just gotta be quick about it.
I'll take it from here!
Looks like the gang's all here.
Engaging enemy!
We're cornered. They're coming from the Institute too. This isn't looking good. If only I brought my sword. Damn it, Sasha. I'm gonna have to take a risk here. Just punch them? No, wait, no, Julian, don't do it. I know you're trained, but no need for the heroics. We've gotcha. There are people here too. There, quick. Julian, Sasha, are you alright? Agnes, we're fine, but we're colleagues from yesterday. Leave these things to us. Keep those two safe for us while we fend them off. Got it. Be careful.
Engaging shards!
Oh no, it's muting us.
Won't hold back. There!
Agnes!
We owe you our lives. Thanks you so much. I don't want to even think about what would have happened had you not been there. It was looking awfully dire. Were you two helping them out? Trying to, at least. We were rounding people up inside the inn, but then we heard screaming from outside, so we went back out again. We picked up those two, and that was when those monsters jumped us. I should have been able to fend them off myself, but damn it, I'm pathetic. Don't blame yourself. We wouldn't have made it this far without you. I agree, we only made it in time because you held them off. Either way, now's not the time to think about all that. We've got to keep doing what we can now. Oh, we got in touch with Ren too. We've kept her in the loop and guarded all the students we could here. Oh yeah, we saw her earlier too. Newtown is in good hands with her helping there. You two take care of yourselves. We will. We just don't want to leave anybody behind. We're directing everyone to the inn or the church, right? We were just in that area ourselves. Yeah, I managed to fin out their numbers a lot too. Those two places should be safe for the time being. Alright, then let's make our way back ASAP. I'm sure Lyle and Shinyon are worried about us both. Take care, everyone. Thanks again for your help. Whew, I'm glad we decided to stop by here when we did. I tried to imagine what would have happened otherwise. They mentioned that archaisms are spreading from the Institute, though. That concerns me. Yeah, by now the place is probably crawling with them. Hell, probably even worse than it is outside. Whatever Almata wants is in that Institute. I really hope everyone's okay. Please, be safe, Yang. 1 SP for that.
There are a lot of enemies in this area. I hope everyone in the workshop will be alright.
With Ren calling the shots here, they should be fine. At least, I'd like to think so.
Engaging sharp strike.
I leveled up.
A lot of place code learned. I think that was that his defensive type skill? I think it is. Yeah, it gives shield and boosts offensive power. That's actually really good. But it costs a lot as well, so I'm gonna need to think about a way to get around that cost. They're inside the building! Chief, whatever do we do? Bastards, fight him back! Pick up anything that put it in their pipes, wrenches, just find something. We'll show them why you don't pick up bone of engineers. You can't be serious, we don't stand a chance. The man's right, leave the fighting to us. Chief and Essie, why are you here too? Catre, oh I'm so glad you're all safe. Boy, am I glad to see you guys. We'll take down the archaisms. Initiating combat.
Engaging shards. I won't hold back.
Yeah!
Petra!
Is anybody hurt? Oh no, we're all okay. Whew, we really owe you one. There's a ton of uber expensive testing equipment here. We'd have hell to pay if they'd broken any of it. How's it looking outside? Same as here, cloudy with a chance of robots. The police and Bracer Guild are undoubtedly sending reinforcements. They should have most areas under control soon enough. The problem is communication. They're jamming the entire city. We can't get the word out anywhere. And I've got just the thing. We've got this emergency line here, and it's completely off the grid. We ran it through our own system. That should let us call in help, and then we can start pushing these bastards back. I'll give you a hand too. I probably can't dispel it entirely, but I should be able to counter the interference enough to get some messages out. I mean, maybe, but I'd really rather you get yourself to safety. She's safe here, don't worry. Our front door's a goddamn bulwark. We'll lower it and hunker down if we need to. That'll buy us all the time we could want. If you insist, just please be careful. We're headed for the observatory. That's what they seem to be after. The professor cared deeply for the place. I won't let them ruin it. Made it up your mind, huh? I can see it on your face. There's no way I'm talking you out of that. Just be careful. You guys take care of him, alright? We leave Catre in the observatory in your hands. You got it. 2 SP. That's all the optional events here, and I might want to do some shopping. Thank you so much for your help. You've really grown up into a strong young man, haven't you, Catre? Just don't go rushing into trouble, alright? If things look bad, get out. I'm fine, honestly. I've got Theo and Zeros here with me. It wouldn't feel right to just sit idly by. What would I say to Gran if I just let them overrun the city? I guess you're right. Just please be careful. I'm sure you're in good hands with these friends of yours, and Theo and Zeros too. But just, I'm such a worrywart with these things. Promise me you'll come back safely. Thank you so much for helping us out there. We'll try and get in touch with everyone we can. Just leave that to me. I'm one of the Professor Hamilton students for a reason. Please do be careful if you're headed for the Institute, alright? Same to you, SC. Just stay inside and we'll handle this. I'm worried sick about the Institute. I hope all the students manage to get out of there safely. The whole place is full of priceless equipment. To boot, is that their aim? Damn it all, the Artisanal District's all on fire, but we can't give up our position or we're screwed. Keep an eye out for anybody caught in the crossfire. There's people trapped everywhere. We've been around already. We think everyone's safely out. We're gonna head over to the Institute now. Anybody we find in the way will help them out. You and your guys hold down the workshop, alright? Gotcha.
Very well.
They've crossed the line now, the bastards. But we're not gonna sit here and take it. We're taking our Basel back. I'm counting on you, youngsters. We really do owe you one, though. I can see why our supervisor trusts you. I'm not sure how I feel about Catre going with you, but that's his choice. Please take care of him. We will. Don't do anything reckless yourself, you hear? I agree. Please stay safe, Eugen. We have our doors open to anyone who needs shelter. Stay safe out there, everyone. Adios, watch over you. At the Institute of Science, my last chance to do any blue events, so might as well go. Ren, we've gotten the west side evacuated. East is taken care of too. We've cleared out the enemies on our end. They don't look exploded. They're probably gonna come back to life. Area secure. Quick, give me a sit rep. Well, it sounds like we're doing just fine. Let's get the next area cleaned up. That damn runt is a thorn in my side. She just had to go and ruin everything, didn't she? Without her, this wretched town would have blossomed into a symphony of screams. Instead, we have this boring farce. Bah! We should count ourselves lucky we got anything out of this. We weren't expecting the spriggan and all the rest. Once we get an opening, we retreat. Leave the real objective to them. Fine, but after Farbat and this, they will pay their dues in time. In the meantime, I'll sit back and watch them squirm. Go ahead, you can fight all you want, but in the end, chaos will consume you all. Help, there's mechanical monsters coming!
The aerotrams are inoperable. Use the bridge to cross into the Artisanal District. Evacuate into the church for the time being. Bracers will be there in roughly 10 minutes.
Yang, you're okay. You made it, in roughly 2 minutes ahead of what I expected at that. Just about. You're really calm with everything going on. Didn't Almata come through here? They did, as I predicted. Professor Callaghan's death also did not come as a surprise. Then you. I have implemented security measures to temporarily block all unauthorized external interference into the laboratories. As a result, my work in the city has been complete since noon today. In light of that, I would be well within my rights to be out of the city by now, but I owe the students at least this much. That's why I've been assisting the one formerly known as Kitty with evacuating everyone while awaiting your arrival. Yang, you're really going to leave. I can't believe you were able to conceive of effective countermeasures to that parallel distributed computing in such a short time. Don't really care what goes on in that head of yours, but I see you're at least willing to cooperate with some. I know there's a lot of archaisms inside now, but did we just see the last people in the building leave? All of the faculty and the students of Aramis, together with tourists and accounted for visitors, have left. However, security camera footage captured a young man with mint-colored hair and a young woman adorned with bandages inside. A bracer and 2 police officers also passed through here earlier and have yet to return. So that sadistic bastard is here. And so is that puppeteer we met in Farbat. I'm worried about the bracer and the police officers now. So they're part of the mafia that deceived Professor Callaghan and then cast him aside. I won't let them make a mess of Professor Hamilton's home a moment longer. You're going inside then. Surely you know that this is no task for a researcher. Please continue to help with the evacuation efforts, Yang. Don't worry about me. I have Theo and Zeros with me. We'll help keep him safe, of course. There's no way this is ending peacefully anymore, but we'll at least try and stop things from getting any worse. Don't overdo it, Len, is all I ask, even if you do have Pio and Zeros with you. I know, I won't. Oh, there are still a lot of enemies around here. Holy shit. This would not fall within the purview of a researcher, but if needs must, I will not stop you. I'm sure they would appreciate a mind as wise and rational as yours, provided you can control your impulses, of course. I'll make sure of it. Please be careful of yourself, Yang. You needn't worry about me. I've started to recognize our enemy's patterns and movements. You'd be wise not to overexert yourself. Bear your limits and abilities in mind. He's always so calm and collected, no matter what's happening around him. I have to be more like him. I leave Catra in your hands. In the meantime, I will help the Institute's evacuation efforts and direct security countermeasures as needed.
Alrighty.
The observatory is on the left side of the campus.
Got it. Then we'll cut through the building and get there ASAP.
No! Here I go. This place is crawling with mechanical nightmares.
These figures look excellent.
You kicked some real tail, Catra.
It's a good thing Yang got everyone out when he did.
Look, there's people on the ground. Are they dead? Are you alright? They look heavily wounded, but their lives are in immediate danger. What happened? A guy with a dagger and a girl with a giant puppet went inside. They activated... I imagine she was going to mention the central terminal, but how could someone from the outside know about that? Maybe the professor told them before they killed him. Well, we got them cornered now. Yeah, let's get inside. It's time to put an end to this.
This looks like a stopping point.
Good thing they spontaneously generated a healing point here, or I'd be screwed. She's out cold. I really don't like leaving her out here, but we need to hurry.
The telescope's nowhere to be seen now.
That's the main terminal then?
That's right. It's also known as the Aurora, and it's the pride of Basel. Professors Hamilton and Callaghan led the charge in making it 4 years ago with the Institute, Verne, the Epstein Foundation, and ZCF support. But what program is it running?
I can't make heads or tails of such complex code.
Look up there!
The 5th Genesis. Figures we'd find it here. Along with...
I suspected you would come, Arkride Solutions.
Oh, that we would meet again so soon after the film festival. It must be Adios's will bringing us together. The threads of fate bind us ever so strongly indeed.
Can't say I'm not a fan of that kind of thing.
The monsters from the gardens who stole Ida from us!
Oh, you learned the name of my old home, did you? And I see that Marduk concierge has officially joined your ranks. Professor Hamilton's favorite little one, too. Aren't we getting popular?
This kid's just with us as an advisor.
So you're the ones who led Professor Callaghan astray. What are you trying to do with the Aurora? You have no right to be using it!
Oh, how misunderstood I am! I'll have you know that the professor and I had quite a special connection. In fact, he gave us permission to use it. And since he was one of the developers, I think that does give us the right. This was very different from the relationship I had with President Dillon, by the way. It was more one of mutual benefit. Though I'll admit that certain inclinations of his did make my job a lot easier. A sensual whisper here, a little buttering up there, and he was more than ready to break every taboo I ever wanted.
How could you exploit someone so?
It's not our place to judge what turns someone on. that stuff's personal. But you're still a piece of shit with a parking spot reserved in Gehenna.
Right, and we'll be happy to give you a taste of the flames that await you right here. We are going to recover that Genesis and avenge those you've taken from this world.
Look at me, public enemy number one. Think you could lend me a shoulder to cry on, Olympia?
You are only reaping what you sowed. Of course, the terms of my contract also do not allow me to simply give you all what you want.
That angelic being we saw in Tharbad.
Theo!
Scanning material makeup. Unknown. High probability that the target is a form of artifact.
Thought so. It's about the only thing that explains how it can fight like it does. There's more to it than meets the eye, too.
Indeed. Take care, everyone. Your instincts serve you well. Incidentally, as I did not have the opportunity to introduce myself in Tharbad, I am Olympia, overseer of the Garden of Aram. This is Ishtanti. Our contract is with Almata at this time, so we remain focused on their needs. But should you require our services after that, we would be happy to oblige.
Huh? You're asking if we want to hire an assassin?
This some kind of joke? Or are you really out of your damn mind?
I was only trying to promote my services.
It's true. She's not capable of joking, I'm afraid. As you can see, she's got work on the brain. Well, I think that's enough preamble. Been a good while, you know, since I tapped into my power as an overseer.
They're auras!
Of course they've been suppressing their power all this time.
We'll need to use shards however we can to survive. Do whatever it takes to hold out.
I can barely keep up with what's happening, but let's do this! Theo! Zeros! We can't allow these intruders to defile this sacred place a moment longer!
Understood.
Rough.
Deploying shards. I've got your back.
Okay, good, I get the first turn.
Melchior of the Thorns. I'll be playing with you today.
Olympia of Aram, executing contract.
Okay.
Might want a boost here. Max
Ready
boost!
when you are.
Yeah, might as well steal these two anyways.
Keep it up!
Or-
It's working!
Just gonna Cobalt Curtain so we don't instantly die to Melchior.
Accessing. Initialize.
Got a present for you. Here's our chance!
I suggest we strike now.
Well, place code has way less AoE, but it also comes with an attack buff.
Transmitted code. Activate! On yes!
Oh my gosh, there's so many of you guys. And you had to fucking spawn them right here of all things, man.
I suggest we strike now.
I can actually hit all of them if I could. Huh? Okay.
Aren't you coming?
Activating drive.
A chance!
Okay, I need to...
Keep it up! It's working!
Here goes.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand behind you real quick and just fire some coin bullets so that my mages are a little happier.
Here, you little demon.
Okay. I hope this works out.
Activating skill!
Think fast. Take it.
Stop right there!
There!
I won't let this chance slip by.
Oh my gosh, there's so many bombs.
Keep it up! It's working!
I will address you all at once.
Initiating drive. I'll get them all at once. Activating drive. Now's your chance to boost.
Let me go through.
Keep it up.
I'll take care of them.
I suggest we strike now.
Transmitted code. Activate!
Let's have another stack.
Reset!
One skill coming right up. Ha! Activated skill. Here I go. Max boost!
Okay, how much more can I squeeze out of you? Or maybe I'll have Van just do some big stuff if I can get some more casting done.
Ready when you are.
Initiating drive.
Okay, I'll still cast before. I can afford to drag this out a tiny bit.
I suggest we strike now. Activating drive. Use
I have-
sharp boost to get the upper hand.
Oh, fast can block forte, fast enough, I guess. But I will have to do. No, I don't know if I can go before Olympia. Maybe best to actually
Aren't you coming?
do an item. Yeah, I'm gonna. Let's eat this burger. This burger.
Make it count!
There!
Here's our chance!
Now's your chance to boost. Initiating drive.
Reset!
One skill coming right up.
Haha!
A chance!
Yeah, let's get him with this big AoE.
Go activating
Time
skill.
for the main event! Vandalize!
Oh, I get it now.
So that is how it is.
Well, that worked pretty nicely.
Perimeter unlocked.
I completely stomped them. Party status rank up. Rank 7 defense plus all party members because they ate that piece of food. Not quite leveled up there, but whatever. I'll take it. I'm sure it'll beat me in the cutscene anyways. Yup.
Is everyone all right?
Even though I was completely owning them in the gameplay for once.
But Malak is even more deadly than we thought.
Pisses me off. You haven't been taking us seriously all this time, have you?
Oh, I showed Beauty's blade a little of what I'm capable of. Just not you.
Your strength is within my predicted parameters, including those orbital drones.
As if that doll wasn't bad enough. Now we've got those bomb artifacts to deal with too.
Come on, I destroyed those bombs before they detonated.
The Garden's overseers are capable of even more than we feared, it would seem.
If only I could make better use of Theo and Zeros' potential.
Is this where he learns his S-craft?
You're just so much fun to play with that you've got me all worked up. I don't think I can resist the urge anymore. I know they've got the boss curious, but surely there's no harm in slicing them open while he's not looking.
I am not your boss and will not speak for him. Do as you please.
Bring it, you son of a bitch!
The flames of the Kruga have only just begun to burn. What?
Time for Grendel? Or not? Decode completed. No.
Complete. Executing emergence program.
Where am I? I see. So it was a success.
That sounds like...
Well, would you look at that? It worked! So, how does it feel, Professor? What's it like living in the digital world?
It is even more comfortable than I had imagined.
Don't have to poop.
I'm frankly surprised by how comfortable it is. But I suppose it also makes complete logical sense. This is how it feels to be liberated of burdens and distractions. I can think more clearly than ever. The final stage of my work will be a breeze like this. Your expectations will be met.
Oh, that's my big professor. You will be handsomely rewarded for your work.
A recording? No, wait.
You are correct, young lady. This is no mere recording. I am the genuine David Callaghan, Professor of Engineering Science at the Basel Institute of Science, and a researcher whose name will go down in history.
How the hell is this even possible?
We saw your body in the swamp!
No way. Don't tell me.
His knowledge, personality, and memories have all been converted into an AI. Most likely through the power of the Genesis. Also that he could surpass the limitations of the human mind and become a singularity.
Professor Callaghan, how could...
Well, you're even more perceptive than I expected. What a vexatious little maid you are.
Must you be like this every time, Melchior? Our work here is done. We have no reason to stay any longer.
Fine. I suppose you're right. We'll see you later, Professor.
Very good, then. I will be waiting for you.
Bombs? Oh no.
Warning! Explosives detected!
That little bastard!
The Aurora! Zeros! Use your stun mode to stop...
No you don't!
No!
Ketra! You can't!
Get back here!
I won't let it happen. I won't let anyone damage the place she holds so dear!
She might not be getting Employee of the Month, except posthumously now. Shit.
Reset!
Shit!
Damn it!
There it is! I thought something was off about you, but I never figured it ran that deep. I wonder if this is what came out of analyzing that other emperor and the rest of those types.
I will need to revise my expectations of Marduk's capabilities.
And speak of the devil, I suppose it's time we made our exit then,
As someone connected to another being not of flesh, you have my respect. Till we meet again.
Wait, that's an Almata ship.
No way.
Reset!
This is all my fault.
You gonna be okay?
Yes. I think so.
A simulacrum. Or something similar. The entire city is locked down. Who could have seen this coming? What's going on? What's going to happen to us? I hope Agnes is okay. Ren too. Ugh, all we can do is wait for them to get in touch. Sorry, but what the hell is with that massive airship? I think I saw the Marduk ship on there. I mean the Marduk symbol, the logo. Co-developed by Verne Group and Aldra. Currently being tested by Marduk.
I apologize for our sudden arrival during the frenzied events of yesterday. To start this off, I am General Manager of Marduk Total Security Company, Gilliam Thorndike. This is our Chief of Security, Qasim al-fayed.
A pleasure to meet you all.
Al-Fayed, is he? No doubt about it.
I was not expecting you to travel all the way to Basel, but it is an honor to meet you all the same. I've heard many a rumor about how shrewd a manager you are, Mr. Thorndike. Together with your Chief of Security's combat exploits.
You make me blush, Your Highness.
I am humbled by your words.
I arrived in my home country a few days ago, so I'm afraid I'm not up to date on all the latest developments. But am I to understand that Marduk will be responsible for securing the city of Basel for the remainder of the day?
That is correct. Off the record, a presidential executive order was issued yesterday to that effect. A CID Special Ops unit will be arriving in the city this evening. Marduk's task will be to secure key facilities in Basel until they are ready.
A Special Ops unit. Sending in Hercules, huh? Wouldn't shock me if you belonged to him too, miss. You're very astute.
We've also brought one of the Ix-Alba series of airships that we're currently testing on behalf of the Republican Army. Said airship will allow us to ensure the integrity of the orbital network.
Which is how we're able to have this conversation, I suppose. Your concierge isn't the only way you've gotten your hooks into Basel, I see.
Our goals on this particular occasion are simply to protect this city and its orbital network. Rest assured that much like your country, we have no intention of getting too deeply involved in Basel's affairs.
That is our stance as well. We are only doing what we consider necessary. Very well, I will take your word on that. For now, quelling the chaos unfolding before us clearly does come first. However, given our stake in Verne and connection to the Institute, this current state of affairs is of grave concern to us. You have a lot to answer for here as CEO, Mr. Towson. Please, if I may defend myself, I never could have seen this coming.
There is some merit to that argument, but it also leaves out a number of key facts. You are to see that shareholders' Mira is used to generate a profit, and yet you covered up a huge potential problem for over a month. We confirmed last night that it wasn't just Almata's money being used for ill. Elsime's investments were also misappropriated. And if these are the result of you turning a blind eye to Professor Callaghan's behavior all this time...
You keep your mouth shut! Just who do you think you are? Who gave you the right to speak? I don't care if you are student council president at Aramis. This is none of your...
I am here as a special advisor for Liberals ZCF. I also serve as a negotiator representing the Epstein Foundation. In other words, I'm here to speak up against anything that threatens their interests, which this has. Now, do I have the right to speak?
What? Ren. Now that's a dramatic twist straight out of a play. I've heard rumors swirling about you, but I never expected you to show up here. Still, she's right. We aren't the only shareholder that will be concerned by this. Our related companies will be as well. I hope you don't need me to spell out exactly what kind of a situation you're in here. Ugh, but...
When will you grow a damn spine? The danger here isn't over. Anyone can see that. And you still intend to do nothing after what happened to Callaghan? Professor Hamilton left you in charge of Vern, of Basel. Don't you feel any shame?
In any event, we now have half a day before the cogs start turning again. Even if we do nothing, the Calvardian government will see to it that matters are resolved. But knowing how egregiously my country's funds have been misused, I refuse to stand by and do nothing. So, Arkride Solutions. Might I enlist your services for the remainder of the day? Of course, you can approach the task in whatever way best suits you, just as you did in Tharbad and have done many times before. My only true wish is that you put a stop to Almata's plans before they can bear fruit. Does this sound doable?
We'll be well compensated for this, I trust?
After the conference...
Qasim, why?
It's been some time, Farida.
I suspected you two were related. Your brother, right? Never expected him to be one Marduk's hunting dogs.
I hear you've been taking good care of my sister, Arkride Solutions. As for you, Van, it's been 2 years, I believe? I understand you've greatly improved your use of the stun caliber and your martial arts. Reset mentioned as much. As your former instructor, that fills me with great pride.
I try. Still not so hot of the tactic stuff you taught me, though. I've heard all kinds of stories about you, too, but I never expected our first meeting to be like this.
In that, we are agreed. Still, while we might be providing our services and your weapon, I believe the contract between us to be an equal one. I hope that we can continue our fine partnership, Mr. Arkride.
Yeah, let's not get too friendly. I'm not interested in becoming any more than just a contractor to you. Still, since we're here, there is one thing I want to ask. Just how long has she been like that? Mayor? Oh, reset.
Information on our concierge is classified, I'm afraid. However, if an approximate time frame will suffice, I suppose I can oblige. About a year ago.
Something seemed off about her after all this time. We first started talking 3 years ago, but the first time we actually met was just in Tharbad. Even when I visited Ord for lessons on tactics, she was conveniently unavailable. That sounds like... Does that mean...
Still, I know she's in good hands with Associate Professor Archett. I also happen to bring some compatible parts that she can use.
Wait, does that mean she's gonna leave the party for the rest of the chapter? 'Cause if she is, I'm gonna have to change gears and try to get EOTM with Catre instead.
Though I regret that Ms. Twinings will not be able to provide you with any more of her services for the time being.
Ugh, why did I even bother trying to get EOTM with her? No! You ain't got nothing to apologize for. I doubt any amount of workers' comp I could give her would make up for forcing her to do something that crazy. But either way, that's my problem to deal with, not yours.
Well, I apologize for meddling in your affairs then. With that said, we must take our leave. We've negotiations with the Republican Army to attend to. As I mentioned during the conference, we've no intention of interfering in this crisis any more than is necessary. Fascinated though I am by what a genius can achieve through an obsession that knows no bounds.
Wait!
There are a number of matters Abi and I disagree on. Whether you are suited to being a warrior is very much one of them. Still, I can only assume it was the guidance of the flames and Arusha that led you here. Battle is almost upon us, and I will be watching to see how you fare through it.
Fairy.
As much as I'd love to write him off as an arrogant asshole, I can't get enough of a read on him. Just how tough is he?
I'd say he's one of the strongest Jaegers who ever lived.
Your conversation is over then. Ren, where are the others? They're still here. There was talk of them returning to the capital, but that's not going to be possible now with the whole area on lockdown. The roads, the railways, even the airspace around Edith is sectioned off. Not like that comes as any surprise after what happened. What do you mean? What happened now? There was an explosion in Anchorville City. There are no casualties, fortunately, but we suspect that Almata might have been involved. Anchorville's a decent-sized city north of the capital, right? Yeah, that must have been just a diversion while this is the real target. Well, I think that's almost certain. However, given its proximity to the capital, we can't afford to take it lightly. Both the CID and the Guild are being pushed to their limits right now. We won't be able to give you any backup. That's fine, we weren't expecting any to begin with. But you can at least share whatever info you manage to gather, surely. That goes for stuff from ZCF and the Foundation too. That sounds fair to me, insofar as our interests align, of course. I'll also do what I can, just take care of Agnes for me in return, please. Thank you, Ren. I hear the initial work is done in your concierge too. That's Professor Hamilton's family for you, Geniuses to the last. Oh, thanks for telling us. That's so good to hear. She was being seen to in Associate Professor Esmer's room, wasn't she? Let's go say hi then. I just can't wrap my head around everything we've had over the past 2 days. It's our job as staff to keep thinking about the future, but what the heck is going on anymore? It's just too crazy to tell. First the attack itself, and now in the aftermath, the whole city's on lockdown. What kind of world are we living in now where universities come under attack? The library didn't suffer much damage, at least. The physical books are unharmed too. My concern is more our digital library. Digital books are fragile in their own right. I can only hope we didn't lose our online archives. I never thought some horror like that would befall our institute. The world these days, I swear. I'm relieved that my students are okay, Kay and Gimbat especially. But how's a kid supposed to study after all this? I don't know what to do. It's just awful, all of it. Professor Callaghan will be deeply missed. Just a tragedy, what happened to him? I was really hoping I could talk it out with him, ask what was bothering him, but I can't anymore. He's just gone. Yesterday was rough. Here, I got you something. Hope it helps. Oh, thank you. Are you doing okay? Yeah, I'm fine. The company too. I'm more worried about all the damage to the Institute. I genuinely believe the work you're doing with them, where it's comms or holos, will really shape Calvard's future. So I say, have a little confidence in your research, yeah? It's a lot more impressive than you give it credit for. Really? Thank you. That does make me feel a little better.
So...
I'm glad she looks to be alright, or physically at least. I have no idea how she's holding up mentally. But I hope she'll get through this. She's my coworker and I want to see her happy again. He really shouldn't be worrying about me, but I'm kind of happy that he is. Now I need to make it up to him with my research. I had just started thinking that she was looking a little sunnier lately, and then the Institute came under attack. She's being pushed to the breaking point, the poor girl. I want to try and support her however I can. She has a bright future ahead of her. It would be a travesty if she were to lose that spark. It was bad enough hearing that the professor was abducted. Then we got attacked too. Why does this keep happening? Just one horrible thing after another. I just want to do my research and get my degree. What do I even do now? I feel like I don't belong here. What a disaster yesterday turned out to be. I wasn't expecting those mechanical monsters to start rampaging through the place. I just bolted without a second thought, still had my knife and my frying pan in my hands. Now everybody looks at me like I'm some kind of psycho. It's just silly, I tell you. Come on, I'm still the same old lunch lady. You want something to eat? Just let me know. You gotta keep your energy up in times like these, you know? I still can't believe that really happened yesterday. Even the police and the bracers were overwhelmed. I'm trying not to let it get to me as a security officer. What's done is done. We have to help get things back under control now. Welcome. If you're looking for Rosette, she's in the room to your right. The associate professor is with her. She's through the worst of it now, at least. I've been in there helping her throughout the day. I never expected we would be putting her research to the test so soon, especially not under these circumstances. Oh, that's interesting. Mare and Mare Grey will always share the same EXP, even if you don't use one very often. That's very convenient. That way I don't have to worry about grinding all the different versions of Mare as well. I only need to use whichever Mare I actually want. Sorry, but we've got the crime scene blocked off here to preserve the evidence. If you have any questions or concerns, you can direct them to the local police department.
Oh, hello there.
I hope everything went well.
Thanks. Sounds like you pulled an all-nighter, huh?
Looks like Zeros is up and running again. Fortunately for us, the damage for him wasn't so bad. I just wish I could say the same about Rosette. Putting her back to the way she was is going to take a while.
Please, don't be so downhearted. The first-rate care you've been giving me has stabilized my vitals a considerable amount.
She got slimed!
I'm relieved to hear that.
Have you spoken to Mr. Thorndyke?
Did before coming here, yeah. He's as much of a questionable character as I was expecting. Their chief of security is the same old standoffish grump, too. You'd think it'd kill him to put on a smile.
That's just how they are, I'm afraid.
It's fine, you know. You don't need to force yourself to speak.
For what it's worth, her life isn't in any danger here. The medicine you helped me with yesterday seems to have been working wonders.
She's right. It has really made this easier for me.
Good to hear. We sure didn't think it'd end up being used on you when we took that job on.
The artificial limbs that Mr. Thorndyke brought with him are compatible with her too. That's not to say you shouldn't take it easy. Anything that involves the nervous system is a heavy burden on the body. The best thing you can do for yourself right now is get lots and lots of rest.
I will. Thank you. Though, I truly am sorry for not being able to support you all when you need it most.
Don't sweat it. We can take things from here. You just kick back and relax. Next time you wake up, you can bet we'll have good news to share. And a hell of a big bonus, too.
I'll have to look forward to that then, won't I? Follow your hearts and act as you always do. And everything will be fine.
Sorry, but I'd like to ask you something. Why? Why did you risk your life to save mine? No one should have to put themselves through something like this over someone like me.
It was because you were just so dazzlingly radiant in that moment, I suppose.
What?
You have so many people who care about you, and you care about them just as much in return. To someone who's lost her bonds, memories, and even body, the sight was almost blinding. I'm a little jealous of all you have, if I'm to tell the truth. So please, treat yourself like an irreplaceable treasure. Not just for you, but for those who love you too.
About Rosette. Just how much of her is artificial anyway? I don't know for sure, but my guess is a lot. I saw a line on her neck. You were indirectly involved in making her who she is too, right? That's right, we assisted Marduk in researching artificial biological limbs some time ago. Our partnership only produced a prototype though. I never imagined they would actually start using that technology like this. Rosette was clearly the result of multiple different technologies being used together, not just the one they developed with us. I've heard this is also a field that the Institute of Technology over in the Empire has been looking into. Van, you seem like you've known the truth for a while. I couldn't be sure, but I had a feeling. I could tell the image I was seeing during our video calls was artificially generated. So it took me really off guard when she just showed up in person in Farbad. It was only when I noticed that she moved faster and kind of different from normal people that I started putting two and two together. Makes sense. I did feel like there was something strange about her, but I never would have imagined it was because of this. She's capable of far greater power and speed than an ordinary human, but she also has less precise control over her body in exchange. I can't imagine just how much effort she must have put into being able to move as naturally as she does. She'll be able to return to the way she was, won't she? I'm sure she will, right, Professor? I think there's every chance of that. The technology involved seems to be fairly well established by Marduk at this point. It won't be easy to make all the precise adjustments after reattaching her limbs. We'll make sure it happens. We're counting on you. She might be on loan to us from Marduk, but she's as much a member of Arkride Solutions as the rest of us. Anyway, time for us to get out of here. Right, we need to do what we can and put Rosette at ease.
Wait! Please. If it's not too much to ask, could I keep helping you? I want to stop Professor Callaghan and the devils who've done this to him by my own hand. No matter what it takes.
Oh, Katra.
Sorry, but no can do.
I suppose that's the right decision after I landed Rosette in a hospital bed. I wasn't able to use Fio and Zeros at even half of their potential, either. If all I'm gonna be is a burden to the team...
That ain't what I'm saying. You're no burden. We're gonna need you and your engineering know-how here for sure. But we're also not a charity. We only do favors for people if the client and price are a good fit. You heard what Rosette said, right? If you did, then you should know what you gotta do, and where you went wrong.
You're right. I should never have done something that would upset the people who care about me. And I never will again. I just want to stop the chaos unfolding in Basel and the misuse of technology that created it. And if I'm gonna do that, it's not the help of the police or guild I need. It's you. As compensation, I can offer you my skills and expertise on technology. I can also give you my word that I'll help Essie put Rosette back to the way she was as fast as possible. Is that enough to make me a good fit for you?
It sure is. We'd be happy to take that 4 SPG on. We'll be counting on you now. Couldn't ask for better than a student of Professor Hamilton's.
Thank you. I won't let you down.
Promise me you'll take good care of him, okay? I'll be working around the clock too. Promise. Thank you so much. Time to get down to business.
The CAD Special Ops Unit is going to be here this evening. That means we only got half a day left to do what we want. Once they're here, we're done. We gotta make this time count. Sure felt to me like Almata's work was done after making that AI a success. You sure they didn't just bounce? No, I'm certain they're still in the region. The abnormalities in the orbital net and distribution network are more or less pronounced than yesterday, but they're still present. Something's still happening, I'm sure of it. Really? Then Almata's research is still going on somewhere in the city. Rosette mentioned something earlier that I think will help me.
This might be fundamentally different to what happened in Crossbell, but I still think that is our closest reference point. The orbital network and septium veins were used in the development of highly advanced technology then as well. Basel City also has both, making it the perfect environment to finish what they started.
With the orbital network and the septium veins at their disposal, they have access to effectively unlimited resources for their research. If Professor Callaghan has reached the heights that the Singularity and Crossbow did, then our foes are probably lurking somewhere in the region finishing what they started. That's still a very large area to try and find them in, though. We'll have to find some way to narrow our search down. If we could get close enough to their location, the Genesis might react and show us we're on the right track too. Using the damn thing like a metal detector, huh? Suppose we gotta try anything we can at this point. Let's see if there are any more forest species to take care of while we start asking around. There's no telling where we might find a clue that'll lead us to the truth. I'll help however I can. Or wait, should I not be mailing your other jobs now that I'm a client instead of a guide? Don't be silly, you're one of us now. You're our client, but how about we just treat you more like a temp for now? Oh, okay, that works for me. Heh. We're happy to have you with us. Even if it means the kid to adult ratio's evened out here. Well then, let's get to work. I want to stop by the guild, Verne Giscard's workshop. Should probably talk to our resident genius professor too. Those sound like good places to start to me. Who could have imagined Professor Esmeralda's research would be so relevant so quickly? I did briefly consider the possibility, but it seemed so far-fetched at the time, and yet here we are. Just what does Marduk intend to use this technology for, I wonder? Oh, hello. How's your investigation going? Oh, you're up already. Please take it easy, Reset. We just have you wait temporarily before we start doing the nerve work. Oh shit, sorry, we didn't mean to bother you. Not at all. I'm glad to see you, and it's good that you're still hard at work. I'll be going back to sleep now. Thank you for visiting me. Be careful out there. Damn, out like a light. She's really got it rough. She really does. I wasn't expecting her to wake up like that. She must have really wanted to see you. She might be conscious again, but she's not lucid most of the time. She must have heard your footsteps or otherwise noticed you coming. Man, she's a real trooper. All the more reason to make good on her. She's in your hands. We'll give her the good news when she wakes up. Don't worry, I'll take good care of her. She'll be all better by the time you get back, and that's a promise. The detachment process does hurt, unfortunately, but I'll do my best to make it as quick as possible. Rosetta is already familiar with artificial limbs, as it happens, so that should make it easier for her to adjust to them. And I've got Marduk helping me out, too. We'll make sure it's done right. Let's leave her be for now. We got our own work to do. Let's come back with good news for her. I've always liked seeing people react to things I make. I just never expected it would happen like this. So I'm glad it's available for her. The painkiller should make the limb fitting much easier for her. Funny how it all worked out. You helped us and helped yourselves. Man, same. Never expected one of our own would need the stuff we were helping to make. We really owe you for that, even if we helped out with it. Don't worry about it. I just chipped in here and there. The research was mostly Esmeralda's, but I'm still honored I could help. All we can do now is leave the rest to her. She knows what she's doing. I'll still be out and about in the city helping treat the wounded. I came to Basel in part because I was deeply curious about the research here. It's just awful that this had to happen now. I plan on coming back someday, so I might as well help out here while I can. That way I can help the city rebuild for my next visit. Those cleanup volunteers must be all tuckered out. Perhaps an acerbic sandwich or two is what they need. Heh. The Institute's calmed down a bit. We should have the area secured now. We can't let our guard down. We've dealt with one problem, but there could be another one lurking around the corner. We need to maintain our security detail here until this all blows over. God damn it, I'm too late. They've already cleared up all the wreckage from yesterday. I was hoping to take some samples to try and reverse engineer their weaponry. I know it's not my field, but still. I guess with that out of the question, all I can do now is try and study their methods. We need to be more prepared for attacks in the future. Some way of neutralizing their weapons, maybe. Oh, what about something like that could melt them? You get on the weapon and bam, it's gone. Phew, we smoothed out negotiations with Verne and Alzheimer, thankfully. Professor Callaghan will be dearly missed here at the Institute, but we should be able to fulfill his weight in the short term. What concerns me is the mental toll this is taking on the staff and students. They may not be ready to return to work yet. Professor Callaghan, is he really dead? He always seemed kind of scary, but the upperclassmen really respected him. I wanted to talk to him myself someday. I'm glad everybody else is okay, but what do we even do now? We're getting ready to open back up. Everybody's gotta eat no matter how topsy-turvy everything is. A good meal is a great way to get back to normal. I think Professor Callaghan's students especially need to eat well. Not to mention all the people who are working out there, cleaning up all the damage. They're really working up an appetite. Now that I think about it, Professor Callaghan started getting real stressed out a little while ago himself. He was in a rush seemingly all the time, and he couldn't stop panicking about his budget too. But I never imagined something like this would happen. Honestly, what is Lionel doing? All this chaos and he's got mushrooms in the mind. The rest of us are up to our necks in the work. I've got a whole mountain of infrastructure ducks to get from Marduk. I don't want to trouble out my students. They have enough on their plates, but you think he could help out with the workload a little? We've finally gotten the comps to stabilize a bit. I'm doing what I can. I don't want to let coolish down. We've implemented some stopgap measures to try and keep the network together while we diagnose things. I don't want to leave it all to that security company, but I don't want to overload our servers again either. Holocores are proving really useful here. They can search and diagnose stuff all on their own, like a little pocket partner. It really underlines how important they're going to be once the technology takes the next step. I can't slack on my research. This is my chance to make myself useful for once. I have to do what I can to get things back to normal. Whew, we finally have a plan. We're going to ease the load in the servers and try to get them back online with a limited scope. It took less time than I was figuring, at least. They took out the Aurora, but Marduk's been handling some of the load for us. If we can make this plan work, we should have Basil's network back to full capacity soon. I do wonder why Professor Cronkite isn't lending us a hand with it, though. This is his field. We really could have used his help. If we can manage to load on Basil's orbital network, we should be able to get it back online. Professor Cronkite would have had this all sorted out in seconds, though. He's one of the foremost authorities on network engineering. I just don't get why he's giving us a cold shoulder on this. I guess he has his reasons. Who knows how long it will take the Institute to recover from this. With everything that's happened, they're really out of commission. And here I was hoping I might finally get a grant for my research. I was so close, but nope, that window's gotten close. So will fungi ever have their time in the limelight? Or are they doomed to wallow in the damp dark forever? My family lives in Edith. I managed to get through them today. I've let them know I'm alright. Sounds like nobody outside knows what's going on. Reporters can't get into Basel because of the roads, because the roads are blocked. Or closed. I just feel like I've got to help out somehow. Professor Tane has a lot in his hands. He shouldn't have to manage it all alone. I may be a student, but there has to be something I can do. I'll ask him when I get a chance. Can't believe Liz is still all nonchalant after everything that's happened. I need to set her straight as an upperclassman. I've had my hands full myself for a while, but I'm gonna try and make time for talking to Professor Tane about it. Anything to stop Liz from ending up like whatever Lionel's got going on. Service has been up and stable for a while now. I can only assume it's that giant airship patching up the network. That really miffs me as a communications engineer, though. We shouldn't have to rely on them as a crutch. We're talking about the lifeblood of modern society here, and now it's all going through some shady megacorp. We're gonna have to put in the hours to make sure our comms don't go down like that again. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails Through Daybreak. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit that bell icon.